Hello guys, you are welcome to my channel and to another exciting video. So I'm so happy to come your way today with this video because I have a fellow registered nurse who is also a YouTuber. She started her nursing journey from Nigeria to the UK and is currently practicing in the US. So I have here with me to share her experience on how she transitioned successfully from the UK to the US. So Lynda, can you give a brief introduction about yourself and your journey so far as a registered nurse?
Okay, hi everyone. I'm really excited to be here with Dina. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Welcome.
My name is Lynda Eze. I'm a registered nurse and I practiced in Nigeria for a while because I had my training in Nigeria. Then I also practiced in the UK for almost 4 years, and now I'm in the United. And it has been an amazing opportunity to work in those countries. And I feel that my experience we actually help a lot of people to also make the decision if they are planning to move to any of those, or maybe UK or US to work, even if it is not nursing jobs, but you are planning to move to any of these countries. I believe that my experience will actually help you. So we are here to just discuss and see how we can share our thoughts on these things. Okay, so thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lynda. So when did you decide, or when did you actually take that decision to move to the US? Was it part of your plan already, even before you came to the UK, or you made that move or started the process when you got here to the UK?
Okay, so what actually happened is before I moved to the UK, I already checked out the US process to see if I'm qualified for that. And at that time, I wasn't qualified based on where I was working, because so many of the agencies that I applied to this, I have to meet that the hospitals I was working in Nigeria, they have to meet a certain requirement, and which they didn't meet at that time. So I just opted for UK journey when it came my way, because then it seemed much more faster and the process was easier to understand. So I just followed that route and I found myself in the UK. But yes, the US process, I already checked it out before. So when I got to the UK and I had a change of thoughts, I decided to let me just go and write the exam just in case. And that was what happened.
So you actually started your journey when you got here?
Yeah, so I started my US process in the UK. I started it in the UK.
Yeah, I know most people do start with the credential evaluation even from their home country before they get to the UK, but you actually made that decision to start the process when you got here. So how was the US process like? How long did it take for you to like transition when you made that decision to move? How long did it take in total for you to finally move to the US?
Okay, so I would say that the whole process took like maybe 2 years plus, because at some point when I passed my NCLEX, then there was COVID. So a whole year and even more than 1 year, nothing was happening about the immigration or any of the process. At some point, Nigeria was even banned from going to the US.
So, I heard that.
All those things actually disrupted the whole thing. So my own, the length that it took me to get to the US is definitely going to be different, because when I attended the agency program in London about the process for the UK, for the US, they told me that if I'm moving from UK to US, it's supposed to take like within a year, I should be almost in the US. So without all those delays, the COVID and everything, I think like for some people that passed their NCLEX last year, some of them are already in the US. So I think from the UK to the US is quite easier, like a lot easier than moving from Africa to
the US. So that means if not for the COVID, your process would have been shorter than the 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you use an agency for your transitioning from UK to the US, or did you do it all by yourself?
Okay, just like I mentioned, I use an agency. I use an agency for so many reasons. So yeah, I use an agency.
So what was your reason for using an agency? Because I know that most people, when they are in UK, they decide to just do everything on their own without any support, because they feel like they're already here, they've got the resources to study, they don't really need an agency to send them materials and all of that.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I also tried to just do it on my own, because people were wondering, like I had people that that were my colleagues in the UK that also moved to the US before me. So they went there and they moved by themselves. So they said, why are you looking for an agency? You can do this on your own and all of that. I did try to look for a way to get a job directly. But and I did get links directly, but they were not very, very clear for me. And then the person that moved to the US before me said that they had to hire an immigration lawyer or something like that. And I wasn't very, very comfortable because he was the only one I've seen that did that around me. So I tried to research and all of that. They're very, very clear. So I wanted to just be sure of the process. Just follow agencies I know that the people I'm working with are already have all the experience and everything. So that was exactly what I did. So I just said, okay, let me just subscribe to them and follow their process. So I just said, let me just use an agency and follow their process that way.
Yeah, I think when you use the agency, it's like things are a bit straightforward. You know that they are going to hold your hand and take you through every step. So you are not really scared of anything. You are not anxious about anything. Because you know, they know what they are doing. So you are confident that they will definitely take you through everything successfully. So regarding studying for the NCLEX, because I know obviously you cannot go to the US without having to write the NCLEX. So regarding the fact that you were working as a registered nurse full-time, family and all of that, how did you manage to study and write the NCLEX despite all of these job and family commitments?
Okay, so for me, I think it's about the determination. And if you already have a plan, like one thing I always encourage people to do is that if they are moving abroad, they should have a concrete plan, because when you get to the UK or when you get to any of those countries, you're going to get distracted by a lot of things. So if you already have a plan for your career, or if you have a plan for your family, then it is easier for you not to get distracted. Okay, so I already had that plan, like that this is what I want to do when I travel abroad. So when I got to the UK and it wasn't possible for me in the first few weeks, like I wanted to study when I get to the UK. So in my first 6 months, in my first 3 months, I already got an admission. I went to the UK, applied for a course already, got an admission, and then it became very, very obvious to me that I'm not going to be able to do that with family, the kind of money I was making as a nurse, schedule and everything. So I gave up that admission. So I started looking for other options immediately. So I said, okay, I'm going to like just spread my tentacles, write my professional exams as a nurse, and see where it takes me. And that was exactly what I did, because I believe that I've already seen colleagues that work in the US, how far they try to study and all of that, how easy it is for them to study if they want to. So I didn't have much experience about the UK at that time. So I just felt the US might give me that platform to be who and to do what I want to do with my life and my career as well. That was why I decided to like be determined, write this exam, forget about all the extra sheets and everything, and just focus on writing the exam. And that was exactly what I did. And the UK for some reason is really very good in terms of like it's a good platform for you to prepare for exam, in the sense that because you're already in that setting where like it's a lot better in the UK than maybe so many countries in Africa. So you can easily see all those. If you are preparing for NCLEX, you can use your environment to also study for NCLEX, the kind of patient, the kind of medication and all of that. So that was what helped me. My clinical practice helped me. My long journey to work to and fro helped me. I already shared that in my channel, how I managed to prepare and pass for NCLEX, and that was exactly what I did. So I did not really study so much at home, and so the agency as well helped, because they have their NCLEX preparation program that I started with in the beginning. But at some point, I couldn't still follow the program because it was almost like a school, and with UK schedule, I couldn't. So I had to plan for my NCLEX on my own and still study on my own at some point before I joined the agency back. So it's the determination and UK's environment as well that helped me to prepare, to be honest. So the UK environment helped me a lot. And then,
I think I agree with you, because, you know, over here, at least you have the internet, you have the resources. Even if there's something you don't understand, you can always get access to computer, internet, do your own research and get more information too. It will even facilitate your studying. So I think I quite agree with you on that. So briefly, your general impressions, you know, moving to the UK, obviously you had a bit of experience as a new registered nurse who was coming to a new country. and how different is it from your experience as a new person or as a new nurse in the US?
Okay, so yeah, it's supposed to be similar, but to be honest, it's quite different. I used an agency when I was moving to the UK, and I also used an agency when I moved to the US. But I would say that I think the effect will be more on me when I moved to the UK because I was coming fresh from Africa. So maybe a lot of things will be overwhelming. But what added to the whole stress and the everything was that immediately I got to the UK, the airport almost, and then that agency made sure that I entered the taxi that they booked. That was the end. They did not want to. They did not communicate again to even know whether I now went to the accommodation. Nothing like that. I'm telling you, like more than 3 months, I was even the one that communicated them to ask them questions. Added to the whole stress of coming from Africa to a new country and everything. It took me time, questions, stress, everything to find out how to settle in the UK. So now in the US it's quite different because these agencies, maybe they have more experience and maybe that reputation is very important for them, like a business. So they made sure that we settled, like we did not use the accommodation that they provided. I moved with my family, so we found our own accommodation. They had to like tell us to share our address where we are going to make sure that that place is in existence. They make sure that it's a comfortable place and it is somewhere that I can get to work from. So, you know, they supported and we felt like almost very safe, even from the, we've not even arrived the US, but we're already feeling like there are like this group of people that are cheering for us and they are here for us to make sure that we settle. So we settled quite quickly in the US, like we felt very at home in the US in the sense that they made sure that they provided almost like all the information that we need to settle, how to look for house, how to, you know, make our children, like how to register our children in schools, how to budget, how to, you know, make sure that we know the road to work and back, make sure that we get our driver's license. We had them all the way. So the first month, the second month, I mean, and they always follow up to know how we are doing, how we are getting on, and everything. So transitioning from Africa to UK, and then transitioning from UK to US is quite different. Very different.
Wow, at least, you know, there's nothing like having somebody, you know, supporting you and then taking you through everything that you need to know as a new migrant. I also had the same experience, but it looks like it's the same in the UK. They hire you directly for the hospital. So once you get here, they have nothing to do with you again. It's between you and the hospital. So I think that's how the UK recruitment process is like. So at least having had a chance to experience both countries, how would you say the salary is? How different is the salary from registered nurse as a new registered nurse in the UK compared to the salary as a new registered nurse in the US? How is it like? What's the difference?
So I think this is very, like, people want to know this, they want to know the difference. But I think I told someone that it is not even something we should compare. Like, it's not something that is comparable.
Why not?
I mean, if the internet is there, it's not something that is comparable. It's very, very obvious that the US pays a lot better. As a new graduate, as a new staff in the US or something, and as if you're very new in the UK, the difference is so wide. I was telling somebody that what you earn as a new nurse in the US is just like equivalent to maybe band 7, band 8 in the UK.
Wow.
And if I work with an agency, agency is supposed to like take a lot from your salary, right? Because it's a business they are doing. But even with an agency and as a new nurse, and then your salary is still like more than a band 7 in NHS
in UK. Wow.
UK. So it is not something people should really compare. It's not something you should compare. Like, there are a lot of factors that will make you to say, okay, I want to stay in this country or to that country. But when you start comparing the salary of nurses in the UK and the US, I mean, like, it's something that you already know the answer.
Exactly.
That's how I feel about it.
I know. So I know that for a band 5, which is like a start-off nurse for NHS in the UK, you start off as in like 25,000.
Mhm.
So roughly, how is the annual salary like for a startup nurse in the US? Just a
So
rough.
in the
Yeah.
US is different. I think it's different from an individual. So like if you are, let me talk about international nurses now. For people that go with direct hire, some of them they get more than $40 per hour. I
Okay.
know that some people in the UK, like by the time you start doing your agency work and all of that, you can earn like that. But these are new people in a new country. So you can imagine when they stay, maybe they are no longer with their agency. That even some agencies, most of the agencies these days, they try to pay 30 and above. So,
Mhm.
like, I mean, in dollars, right? So,
Mm,
but the thing is that when you're seeing it from the UK angle, and then maybe you see $30 and then you convert it down, you'll be like, oh, it's the same with UK, considering all the free things. Even me, I thought about it. Maybe I should just stay. Is it not the same thing like something like that? But at the end of the day, when you come here, you notice that the structure is different. You may not be earning that like any hour in the hospital, like maybe you did not finish your work or anything. Okay, so if you're doing night shift, like a lot of things come into play. At the end of the day, that what they offer you may not be exactly what you'll be earning at the end of the day. You may
mm,
earn a lot
more.
more.
Oh,
So at the end of the day, people outside may not really be seeing it, but the reality is that the pay here, whether it's whether you are entering newly in the
mhm.
workforce or whatever, or you
Mm,
have been in the system, is the pay is
obvious.
better. That's just
Yeah.
the summary.
Yeah. I remember you did a video on how you managed to pass your NCLEX successfully. So where will somebody get resources, or for somebody who wants to do it directly without using an agency? How will somebody like that get materials to study for the NCLEX?
For you to study for the NCLEX, a lot of resources are found online. You can use nothing.com,
Mhm,
and you can also use Mark Klimak's audios.
mhm,
Before, when I was studying, I found those audios on Facebook. I don't even a broken link somehow on Facebook. I downloaded it and I used it to prepare for my.
mhm,
But now I noticed that he is also on YouTube, and his resources are really, really very good because he breaks it down. But then one thing I would say about the NCLEX is that it depends on what resonates with you. If you search online, you see a lot of people, they will say that they use that, and it helps them. So when you're studying and this is the one that makes you to understand well, then maybe that is the one that will help you to pass. So, but I know that a lot of people, they found success with nursing.com, they found success with Mark Klimak's audios, they found success with his yellow book and blue book. Some people also use Sundas as basics. I also studied Sundas as my basics, like to
okay.
remember all those nursing stuff, and then I now use other ones to prepare for my exams. I also use UWord. UWord is
You
also
want.
another amazing
Mhm.
resource out there that people use and found, and they actually find success with.
Oh,
So yeah, I you can check the resource section in some of my NCLEX videos in my channel, and then maybe to give you a good basis to start. If you just start like today, okay, I want to start studying for NCLEX, and then you give it 30 minutes a day, 1 hour a day, maybe that time that you are in the bus if you are in the UK, or in the train if you are in the UK.
yeah.
I mean, listen to my story. That was exactly what I did.
So your final words to our audience, what would you say finally before we let you
So
go?
my final word for anyone that's watching this video is for you to bloom where you are planted. Like bloom where you are planted. If you are in your home country and you're trying to move to these countries and maybe you are finding it challenging and all of that, make sure that where you are, you're to get better. Don't say, oh, because I want to travel to the UK or US, then I have to put my life on a pause. You can take courses. You can go for additional degrees in your home country. So even
Yeah.
if all those things doesn't work out, you find yourself still growing in your career.
Yeah.
So it will not be like, oh, you waited for the UK or you waited for the US for all these years, and at the end of the day, you're not doing anything in your career,
Mhm,
even where you
mhm,
are. So if you're in
mhm.
the UK and you don't want to go to the US, but you want the UK to work for you,
Yeah.
I see people that make a lot of money in
Yeah.
UK, moving up in their career in the UK.
Yeah.
So open yourself up to opportunities, ask questions, look for
Mhm,
mentors, search
mhm.
online, ask people, and then you see yourself flying in the UK. I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
colleagues
Yeah.
in the UK
Yeah.
that are flying both in their career and in
Mhm,
money as
mhm,
well.
mhm,
So if you want to move to the US as well, has come here. It's a long process. I've seen people that it took them years, 10 years, 5 years to get to the US, and they are happy that at the end of the day they came. One thing that actually made me to feel a lot better when I came here was I saw people that have stayed in the UK for a long time, and they still felt like it's good for them to experience the US.
That's good.
So yeah, it's just you. Bloom where you're planted.
Yeah.
Make sure you make the best use of the opportunities
Yeah.
and the resources around you, whether you are still in Africa,
Yeah.
in the UK, or you find yourself in the US. Let's just go and be example wherever we are, in
Yeah.
Nigeria, in UK, in US. Let's do our best to be better. That's just the main thing,
Yeah.
and also helping others to get there as well. So thank you so much,
Okay,
Lynda.
thank you so much, Lynda. So, because let me say that you arrived in the US not quite long ago, so just study the system, just work hard. We might invite you again at some point to share your experience with the actual nursing job. We will go into details on that. So, thank you so much, Lynda, for sharing your experience with us, and we will definitely invite you again. So, guys, this is Lynda for you. She shared all the experience that she's had from Nigeria to the UK and to the US. So we will definitely invite her again when time permits. Thank you so much for your support so far. If you've not subscribed to Lynda's channel,
Thank
please
you.
subscribe her channel and watch the video she did on how she managed to pass NCLEX. And I will leave the link to that video in the description so that you can have a look. Thank you all guys so much, and we will definitely see you in another video. Bye-bye.
Bye.